Duelcaster, Hajime! Time for a duel between Simancus and TGBDeathPunch. I like his username. TGBDeathPunch is at 568 rating, and Simancus is at 938. Simancus seems to be using Fire Kings, with Fire King, Avatar Barong, and 2 set cards leading the charge. What shall TGBDeathPunch be playing? Battling Boxers? Would be appropriate. Gravekeepers maybe, or at least Commandants, which searches for Necro Valley. Doesn't have to mean that it's Gravekeepers. It might just be some kind of just the other effect of Necro Valley that the graveyard cards can't be used. A Lightning Vortex. Why would you use Lightning Vortex to destroy a card in the Fire King deck? Because Fire Kings get effects when they're destroyed by card effects. Sometimes by battle, but mostly by card effects. So now, next turn, he gets Fire King Barong's effect. Oh, okay. Well, whatever he wants. And here comes Malefic Stardust Dragon. I don't know why he just didn't deal a little less damage. Because now he's going to be able to use Fire King Avatar Barong's effect and add any Fire King card from his deck to his hand during the standby phase. Yeah, he said wait, so it's okay. TGBDeathPunch, you didn't exactly give response time, and he said wait, so he's allowed to do it. Please destroy Malefic Stars as well so the duel can resume. Please. Anytime now. Malefic Stardust going to grave. It doesn't have an effect that makes it not destroyed by battle. He said, wait. And if you're not okay with it, then why the hell did you send Assailant to the graveyard? Malefic Stardust was the only summon. Here comes a Rule Shark admin call. Yes, Simancus is right. He said, wait. Simancus wanted time to think whether it was a good idea to use Torrential Tribute or not. And TGBDeathPunch, I gave you at least 3 seconds. You have to give plenty of time, and usually that's around 10 seconds. Maybe 8. But 8 to 10 seconds, that's response time. If you don't ask K, and the opponent says K, and the opponent doesn't say wait, or just a moment, then you can go after like 8-10 seconds. Simancus definitely said wait within that time. This is a rule shock. Well, he's like, I entered the battle phase, you can't use thing in response to my summon anymore. Well, the other guy said wait upon the summon. Just to read Malefic Stardust effect, because apparently he wasn't familiar with it. He wanted to read the effect and then maybe use Torrential Tribute, and in the end he decided to use it. But now he's gonna Rule Shark, so. Well, apparently not, TGBDeathPunch. Send it to the grave so we can keep the thing going. Here comes the admin call. Yep. I just came off duty, so I know approximately how many calls there are. Noob, whatever. And as soon as the admin is called, he lets it go. Sure. Is he that afraid of an admin, or does he just want to force upon the win? Like, so easily when the admin was called, was he like, whatever, noob, and let it go? Ooh, Simancus, you shouldn't say that. I know it's not harassment, but now you're only making him angry. This is not gonna be a happy duel. Okay, let's go back to the not having issues. Reading skills? How does that have anything to do with it? Maybe you'd have a little sort of a point if you'd say being familiar with card effects or responding to to activation things quicker. But not this. Reading skills, he was actually reading, and then he was using Torrential Tribute. He was actually using his reading skills because he read Stardust, Malefic Stardust couldn't save himself. So DeathPunch isn't making any sense there. Right, Coach King Wolfbark comes out after Onslaught of the Fire Kings was searched. Now, due to Necro Valley, cards from the graveyard cannot be moved to anywhere else, besides by their own card effects. So now Coach Soldier Wolfbark is just going to direct attack. And Dimensional Prison is used, Wolfbark is banished, but after the previous turn having used Lightning Vortex for some reason on Fire King Avatar Barong, TBGDeathPunch is left with nothing but Necro Valley. What can he do with the next draw? Nothing, apparently. Semanchus cannot really get the card from the graveyard, unless it's by their own effects, but here comes Brotherhood, the Fire-Fist Gorilla. Attack! And that's 1600 damage. But due to being unable to use the graveyard to full effect, Semanchus can't make great moves, which may give TBGDeathPunch the time to actually get the cards he needs to make a comeback. Because he definitely is at a disadvantage right here. Ending turn again, Semanchus back. Gorilla can direct attack this turn. Will another monster join him? Yes, it's Wolfbark. Are they going to overlay? If he has another Fire Fist monster in his hand, like Gorilla or Bear, he could go into that rank 4, whatever 5 or 6 is, I forget its name. And then get Tensu, and then play Tensu, and then summon another. But, ooh, Nightmare Wheel on Gorilla. You don't see Nightmare Wheel often. The monster targeted by Nightmare Wheel, a continuous trap, cannot attack, cannot change the battle position. When Wheel leaves the field, the monster is destroyed, and during each of your standby phases, 500 damage is inflicted to the opponent. So during the controller of Nightmare Wheel's standby phases. The two Beast Warriors are overlaid into Kagetsuchi, and they forgot the effect. Gorilla is not on the field anymore. Nightmare. Here, look. I don't want to be bad to TBGDeathPunch, but you got to work on your reading skills. Your monster complains that the other guy doesn't know rulings. Xyz materials are not considered on the field. They've been. That was an official ruling for maybe 1.5 weeks, but then it was changed back. Xyz materials do not count as being on the field. No. Fine. Okay. Right, Royal Tribute. Having to discard card effects. Having to discard card effects. What am I talking about? Having to discard monsters. Apparently there's no monsters in either player's hand. Okay. Well, as you can see, you can get high rating and miss some of the rulings. It's not the most important ruling, it's not the most basic ruling, but Xyz materials do not count as being on the field. Otherwise, Sangan would be able to get its effects when detached of an Xyz monster, like Leviathan Dragon. That's not possible because it's not in the field. Dandelion would, because it just needs to be sent to the grave and not sent from field to grave. Yeah, Kagetsuchi comes in. Direct attacks. And I don't know its full effect. I know I have one of these cards in my Lightsworn deck just to make it with the two wolves that I have, because it can work with Lightsworn. And it looks like Semanchus was able to beat TBGDeathPunch. Good game. I'm surprised they both said good game, because that wasn't really a great game, and especially after the issue that they had earlier, and saying that to each other, I'm like, I guess that's a normal end greeting, but it's not actually a good game. I know I normally just say thanks for the duel at the end instead of good game, but if the opponent says good game, when I say thanks for the duel, I'll just usually say good game back. If I really feel it wasn't a good game, then I'll just say something else that sounds nice, because I don't want to be sounding bad, and I do want to stay proper and have respect for my opponent. Even if they're really annoying, then I have less respect for them, but I still have some respect for them. Always, I show it. But I know that a lot of people want the other to say good game or they'll get angry. But then there's also those people if you say good game after a duel, they're going to be like, that wasn't a good game, you idiot, you did this, you did that. And then no, and then they get super angry because you said good game when it totally wasn't a good game according to them. Like, if you're using Exodia and just one turn killing the opponent, okay, I can understand that. That wasn't actually a good game. But if the opponent just happened to be able to spam the field a bit with six samurais and the opponent wasn't able to stop it after a great duel of skill and awesome plays on both sides, then that can happen as well, even though it was a good game. So, because of that, I don't usually say good game at the end of a duel. I just say thanks for the duel, and if the opponent says good game and I also felt it was a good game, then I'll just say it back. But otherwise, I avoid that risk of the opponents being angry at it. But yeah, I'm rambling on. The duels have been over for a while. See you later.